The second stimulus check could be coming sooner than later. Yes, this is a second stimulus check update. We have some new information out of the House of Representatives, and as I always say, if I have more information throughout the day, I'll definitely bring it to you. So I thought this would be relevant information to produce a second video today. So let's get right into it. But yet, I want to clarify, yes, this video pertains to everybody, and of course, those of you receiving Social Security, Retirement Disability and Survivors, SSI, Supplemental Security Income, VA beneficiaries, as well as low income and no income. The reason I want to clarify that is because I always have comments, if I don't, asking, does this pertain to Social Security? What about disability? What about SSI? So that's why I always clarify that in my videos. So like I said, we have some new information out of the House of Representatives. This was just released, and I want to get into it because it's actually pretty exciting. So let's get into this and talk about the details that was just released. So as we know of yesterday, Nancy Pelosi said that yes, she and the Democrats in the House of Representatives would craft a new stimulus bill after they didn't love what the Problem Solvers Caucus released. What was that, 2 weeks ago now? They didn't love it. They wanted to make their own revisions. So Nancy Pelosi mentioned yesterday that yes, they'll work on a new proposal. Well, guess what? We have some more evidence on that new proposal that they are working on. So I want to run through the details and what does this mean and what are some of the dates and timelines that they've given us here. So as we know, then Nancy Pelosi is talking about this new stimulus deal. She has directed the Democratic committee chairs to draft the new legislation. So this is good stuff. They are drafting up this new bill. It's a new stimulus bill with a price tag of $2.4 trillion. As we know that their HEROES Act from way back in May had a price tag of $3.4 trillion. It wasn't getting any traction. Republicans did not want to support that. It was just way too much. The $3.4 trillion. So this new bill has a price tag of $2.4 trillion. I did not see a name on the bill quite yet. There could be a name out there, but I didn't see any kind of name. All these bills have special, cute little names. I didn't see one quite yet, but I'll continue to watch out for that because I know all of you care about these cool names on the stimulus bills, but seriously. All right, anyway, so $2.4 trillion is where they sit. Okay, here's what's included. Of course, there's going to be a lot more included in this, but let me just hit on some of the headliners here. There is airline loans. So there's loans for airlines, airline bailouts. I mean, we knew that was going to be in there. There's going to be unemployment benefits, those enhanced federal unemployment benefits. We do not know at what kind of rate it's going to be at per week, but those are in there as well. We knew, of course, those would be in there. There's PPP funding for small businesses, another round of PPP. Of course, we knew, that would probably be in there. There's a lot more in this package, but here's the big one. Everybody's been waiting for this. Direct payments, otherwise known as stimulus checks. They specifically don't really call them stimulus checks, but they call it direct payments to the people. Direct payments, that's kind of what they always refer to them as in these stimulus bills, but there it is right there. It's coming up again. Stimulus checks round 2. Now here's the deal. We don't know what the price tag will be on that as far as, is it going to be $1,200? Is it going to be more? Will it be less? What about dependents? We don't know. Is it going to be $500 for dependents? Is it going to be $1,200? Is it going to include adult dependents? Is it going to have retroactive pay for adult dependents? We don't know any of that stuff yet. So I'll continue to watch that. But my point is, they're coming up with another stimulus bill. Another one. What would this be? This would be the fifth stimulus bill that would be introduced now, finally. So I don't know. I guess we always say like the third one's the charm. Maybe we'll have to say the fifth one is the charm. So I don't know. But I'll continue watching all that. Of course, everybody wants to know what's going to go on with the stimulus checks. Well, like I said just a second ago, here it is. It's showing up again. All of these proposals that we've seen over the last, few weeks, couple months, they've all had stimulus checks with the exception of one. But we know that one is not going anywhere. It's not getting any traction. So this is good. The only concern that I have on this so far, just at face value, is the price tag, the $2.4 trillion. The reason I'm concerned about that is because Republicans are currently sitting at about $1.3 trillion. The proposal that was proposed by the Problem Solvers Caucus 2 weeks ago now, that has a price tag of $1.5 trillion. And President Trump has said that his line in the sand, like his red line, is $2 trillion. So and this proposal is coming in at 2.4 trillion. So here's the deal. I say this all the time in negotiations. As much as I want a deal done like right now today, like let's get it done, let's get this thing passed, let's push it through. Part of me doesn't blame the Democrats all that much. I mean, in a sense, I kind of do. Just be like, come on, guys, just seriously, let's get this thing passed through. But this is just how negotiations go. When somebody tells you their bottom line, you always kind of try to push it a little bit. And that's exactly what they're doing here. They're trying to push it by raising it another $400 billion. So we'll have to see if Republicans come up to this 2.4 trillion, even though President Trump has already said his line in the sand is 2 trillion. So we'll have to see if they raise their wager another $400 billion and to come up to that 2.4 trillion for the price tag on this one. We'll have to see on that. But either way, even if Democrats need to negotiate down $400 billion, I mean, you got to just negotiate at some point. I mean, if this is their proposal, 2.4, and if Republicans come all the way up to 2 trillion, I feel like Democrats, seriously, you guys just got to come down to the 2 trillion, make a deal. Everybody, I mean, stop horsing. I'm going to sound like my dad right now. Stop horsing around. Seriously, I can't believe I just said that on video. No, but seriously, they got to stop messing around and just come together on a deal. So they actually said that they could be voting on this. The House could plan on voting on this as early as next week. So that would be great if they could get this voted through. The House, I mean, here's the deal. If the House is drafting this bill, it's probably going to have widespread support in the House of Representatives. As we know, that is controlled by the Democrats. So that's actually good. If we can get one passed through the House and get it over to the Senate, again, the Senate is controlled by the Republicans. They may look at it and think, we don't completely agree with everything. Let's revise it a little bit and work with Democrats on this. But either way, the fact that they are negotiating, once again, they're coming up with a new proposal. That's good too. The fact that they're going to be voting on it, and just the simple fact that they're talking stimulus once again is great, considering all the chaos in Congress right now, which is really good. Also, those second stimulus checks are in there, so that's good. It's promising. Those second stimulus checks continue to appear in all of these proposals, so it's good. They continue to take front and center attention in a lot of these discussions lately. So I believe that we're getting these second stimulus checks. It's just a matter of when. There's still hope that they will arrive in October if all of these people can kind of get everything together and kind of hammer this thing through, finally get something worked out. There's still hope that we could potentially see them later in October. So that would be great news. As always, I told you, I always say this every day, but when there's new information, I want to bring it to you if I find that it's relevant to talk about. And I thought this was actually important. So I wanted to bring this to you right away as my second video for the day. So I hope you're having a nice Thursday. Enjoy your day, everybody. Please leave any comments or questions below. And of course, as always, I didn't say it earlier, if you're still watching, be sure to subscribe if you're new here. But thanks so much for your continued support. I got your back. I'm always looking out for you, and I promise I'll help you through this. That's my commitment from the very start. I promise I will help you through this situation. So enjoy your day, everybody, and I'll catch you again tomorrow morning. See ya.